YouTube, Revolution Mouse here with a pre-release review and update analysis, I guess. So my pre-release was really fun. I didn't pull anything spectacular. I pulled a foil mist hologriffin, the exiling, or the one that you can cast from exile, the 3/3 for 4, the blue griffin, which is okay. It's a foil mythic, but it's not that good. But anyways, this is kind of just a review. How it was so hard to get to my pre-release. I got off work at like 2 o'clock, and I just thought I would call up this newer place next to my, closer to my house, that I had no idea that they were doing the pre-release, and I just called them and I was like, oh, okay, well, have you started it yet? And they said they were starting at 3. And before that, I had not thought that I was going to be going to the pre-release, and I ended up being able to go, but I barely made it. In fact, I got there like 10 minutes late, so I didn't have time to build my deck as well. But anyways, yeah, so that was kind of scary. I literally had to walk home from work, so that was like a 15-minute walk. But anyways, so when I got there, built my deck, and I started off with Boros, red-white, because I really wanted to splash for a Thunderous Wrath, or just do red for a Thunderous Wrath, and it didn't work out very well. And I played against the guy who actually came in first in the end, round 1, I played him, so I wasn't really, at the end, I was like, okay, that's one reason I lost. But on top of that, when I changed it, it did so much better. I changed it over to green-white, and I ended up going 3-2. Round 1, like I said, I played the guy who came in first. He was playing red-white, but he was using flyers, like a bunch of really good angels, and spot removal, pumping, equipment, a ton of equipment. And yeah, he beat me 2-0 pretty easily. So at that point, I realized I better switch it up, so I went green-white, and then I won round 2, 2-0. He was running white with a splash for red, and he had kind of a flyer kind of deck, but so when I sided in, or when I put in green instead of red, I brought in mainboard a lot of flying, stuff that deals with flying, because that was my main problem with the red-white version. So I won that 2-0. Next round, first game, I was playing against a green-white deck, but it was more flyers, and mine's more kind of human-based. And I got mana screwed really, really bad. No, I got mana flooded. Yeah, I got mana flooded really, really hard, game 1. And then game 2, I made a huge misplay that cost me the game, because I didn't realize how low my life total was, and I realized that I could win in 2 swings because he couldn't block one of my creatures, which I'll get to later. And I just did not, I was getting way too overly aggressive, and that's what cost me that game. I honestly think I could have won that match if I would have played it out smarter, and I didn't get, of course I didn't get mana screwed in the first game. I could have definitely won that match. I don't want to say definitely, but yeah, I think I could have had him. But game 4, or round 4, I played against a guy who was running black-green, and it was more like a removal deck, but I was too fast for him, and I just kind of pounded him away, and I went 2-0. And then round 5, I played against a red-blue deck, and I 2-0'd him. It was kind of a red-blue humans deck, and it had some cool synergies, but it just was not fast enough. But yeah, so all my rounds were 2-0s. I lost 2 rounds, both of them I lost 2-0. And then I won 3 rounds, but all 3 I won 2-0. So I ended up coming in 11th out of 33 people, something like that. So not too bad, especially considering the fact that 1 round was kind of like a given loss, seeing that I played against the guy who won the whole thing. But yeah, it's not too bad. But anyways, let's dive into the deck here. So I played green-white, kind of a mid-range soul bond deck, and it had some really cool synergies, all revolving around 1 enchantment that you'll see later. not all revolving around him, all revolving around pretty much 2 cards, which you'll see. But anyways, we got a Midnight Duelist here. Not a good card, but I just needed some early game pressure. And it did help me out, actually. Cloud Shift, awesome. It had some really good synergies with a lot of the cards in my deck, including the 2 combo pieces that I am going to show you later. Righteous Blow, really, really good removal. Helped me get rid of some of the pesky soulbound creatures before they could soulbound them. And just anything, you know, anything that has 2 toughness or less. Angelic Wall helps me deal with flyers, and it went really good with an equipment that I'll show you later. Moorland Inquisitor. I usually use this as a 2/2 body, but when people didn't really know what it did, I would use the first strike. And yeah, it was okay. Zael's Strike, really, really good combat trick. This helped me out, win a game too one time. Moving on to 3-drops, Silverblade Paladin. This is probably the best creature in my deck, arguably. This won me games. Whenever I got this, I won. Seriously, it's awesome. Next we have Moonlit Geist, pretty much just for flying defense. If they were running big angels, I would just prevent all combat damage. And especially with the lifelink ones, that's what I would do. I would just prevent the damage, and they wouldn't gain life. Leap of Faith. This is another flying defense. And then here's the enchantment that is just awesome. Cathar's Crusade. It's pretty slow, but it says whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So when you Cloud Shift, you're just putting a +1/+1 counter on everything again. And it's an awesome card. And then lastly, at least for white, we have a Banishing Stroke. So awesome removal. I only got to Miracle this once, so that's kind of disappointing, but still, even for 6 mana, it's not bad. So that's what we got for white. Next for green, one of my favorite creatures that I actually did not get to play at all. However, I would imagine they'd be really good. It's Overmaul Tracker. You can make creatures fight. Has to be one that you control fights another creature. And I have some really big creatures in here. And next we have Sheltering Word. I actually have 2 of these in here. This card is unbelievable. Seriously, it says target creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn, and then you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. So with that 0/4 flyer, I'll just, sometimes I'll just gain life, Sometimes I'll just swing in thinking that they have the win, and I'll use this just to gain life, honestly. It's really good. And then plus, if they try and destroy your creature, you can gain life and, do a 1-for-1 trade, for cards. If they, try and kill it with a kill spell. It's just an amazing card, in my opinion. As long as you have, big creatures to use it on. If you're running more of a fast-paced deck, which mine is kind of fast, especially if I have Silverblade Paladin, but it's more of a mid-range, honestly. Next we have Borderland Ranger. It helps with my mana, because I'm only running 16, because this can search for a land, so it's kind of 17 sources, and it's a 2/2 for 3, so not bad. Another creature. Eaten by Spiders. Destroys creature with flying and all equipment. It's actually, I run at main board, because I need so much flying defense. Every one of my places is running flying. Next we have possibly my favorite creature in the deck. Not necessarily the best, but it's so awesome for green. This makes me want to play green in standard, and I never play green. 3 for 3 with flash, so it's already good, and then it has Regenerate. So it's awesome. Natural End, Artifact or enchantment removal, and you gain life. Druid's Familiar, another soulbound creature. This has an awesome synergy with another card that I'll show you in a second. This is one of the cards that I was talking about. And this one, turn 4, this, turn 5, this, and then next turn, someone tries to destroy it when you attack with it, gain 7 life and get hexproof. Yeah, that's awesome. Next we have one of my other favorite creatures, which won me a couple games, Howlgeist. Can't be blocked, except by creatures with more power than it, or the same amount of power, and it has Undying. The Undying helps so much. So much. Like, I would hold this back until they would attack, like, kind of forgetting that it had Undying, and I would block and bring it back. And then next we have Vorse Claw. It's a 7/7 for 6. It's just a big creature. And then next we have Vanguard Shield, which helped out with the, I can't even remember what that card's called. Sheltering Word. So you can gain a lot of life, because it gives it +0/+3, and then it can block an additional creature. So I would equip that to the, that guy, Angelic Wall. So then it would be a 0/7 that can block 2 creatures. And then last but not least, we have my favorite card in the deck, Angel's Tan, and it's shiny. This is like a Glinthawk Idol, only better for limited, worse for standard, in my opinion. But it's a 3-cost artifact. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have this animate into a 3/3 white angel artifact creature with flying until end of turn. So it's an artifact. So, you know, it can be, you know, it can be used in Tempered Steel, even though Tempered Steel really isn't around anymore. But it's amazing, because I would turn 3 this, turn 4, play the bear, and when it comes in, you activate this, and then you pair them, swing for 5 in the air, turn 6, turn 5, play the Lumberknot, and then activate it, but don't soul bond it with the Lumberknot, and then just swing for 3 more. Next turn, swing for like 11. And I've won a couple games on, you know, turn 5 using Silverblade Paladin and just wrecking face with this card. Like, it's so good, and it's pretty evasive with removal too, because it's only because there's not that much instant speed removal. They can get rid of this. Like, it's 3 toughness, so the stupid Righteous Blow, that one can't get it. And yeah, there's just not that much removal in Avacyn for it. That's instant speed. So yeah, it's awesome. And then for land, I'm running 9 planes. So there you go. And 4, 5, 6. There's actually 7, but a couple of them stuck. So 16 land, 9, 7. Worked out really well. The mana base was pretty good. But yeah, that's my deck. I absolutely loved it after I changed it over. This card's awesome. I would honestly first pick this in limited, like, any day. Honestly, like, unless you have, like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what I'd rather pick over this. Maybe the Moon Silver Spear for limited. But I don't even know. This card's awesome, guys. It really is. Anyways, thank you for watching. Sorry this video was so long. Yeah, I'll be doing more videos here soon. Sorry about the lack of them. Yeah, thank you for watching.